Hello once again audience and welcome to another video. So the audio on this one is going to sound a little bit bad, and the gameplay you guys are watching is also just me recording on my Xbox for clips, so it's going to cut to different clips here and there and different things I've done. So basically I am alive still, and I have got myself somewhat back on my feet. I have had a little bit of a rough time trying to keep everything going, but we're getting back there. As for people that don't know, I lost my place of residency and I lost my car. I got repossessed, and you guys might hear a little bit of background noise. I'm actually doing this audio recording in the bathroom, and I have two dogs in the bathtub because they want to be right by me for some reason, because they're dogs. But yeah, so just a little update of what has been going on is basically I'm holding a stable job. We're finally getting back to my finances are getting stable again, which is great. We're still struggling a little bit, but we're getting there. We're getting back on our feet, and it's the just climbing from the bottom of the barrel situation, which is unfortunate, but it is what we had to do, because we had to just get we can't stay in one spot, and I can't stay homeless because I got a baby son on the way. So I went ahead and got us a new place, a lot smaller than our last place, so I don't have a computer to stream and do all the same things I used to do, because it's a lot smaller area, and I wish I could, but I just can't because it's just not a big enough area. But if it was, I would 100%, but can't do it yet. But hopefully I'll get back on my feet and get into a different place sooner than later, hopefully, because I would like to get into a new place that has more room and backyard for my two mutts, Frodo and Sala. And Frodo keeps on sneezing. He's sneezing on my knees, which is annoying. But overall, I appreciate all of your guys' support and love, and everything you guys have done, and this community has really shown basically what you guys showed me the love and support, the love of the community that I could be happy to call mine. Now, I've been kind of MIA because of this whole situation for a while, so I don't know how many of y'all are still here, but for the remaining people that are watching this, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys watching, and basically just continuously support my dreams and my ambitions and my silliness. But overall, I do truly enjoy making content and making videos and live streams. Really, me and Weez love making live streams with you guys, because that's just one of the things that we truly enjoyed, was making content, and having y'all there was one of those things that was amazing for us, and we always appreciated everybody that was joining by. So, but we'll get back on our feet. I'll get back on my feet, and we'll basically stand back up. I'm sounding emotional. I'm trying not to, but it is one of those things that it's just very hard for me as a grown man to admit that he has struggled, and I'm very prideful. I'm always happy that I did what I did, and yes, I had a clip that repeated on this, but I'm just now seeing it for the first time, so I don't feel like editing that out, so you're going to deal with it. But I'm basically watching this with you guys as I'm doing my voice recording. So overall, I have a request, show my wife, we some love and support, because she's been with me through all these struggles, and she's been absolutely a solid rock in this entire situation. And it's been really hard, because for a long time I didn't know what we are going to do. We were living in a hotel, then I lost my car, and then it was just worried because I didn't have a job. And then it was, since I'm a mechanic, I try to do as much side jobs and try to start up my own little thing, potentially, and just try to get something going. And it really was hard on me and my wife. And we got, like I said before, we got my baby boy, and he's on his way. We're in a place now where I'm comfortable, where when he gets born, he will be safe. We have a roof over our head, we have bed, we have fridge, we have food, we have everything that we could possibly ask for. So I'm really grateful for that. We finally getting back on our feet. And my wife, she's on her full term, so that means the baby could be here any day, which I'm really happy about. I'm so looking forward to my baby boy. He's going to be a menace to society, and he's absolutely going to be one of those kids that are absolutely going to be crazy, funny, and annoying all in one go. But I wouldn't say he's mine if he wasn't. But here I am just talking about that. But overall, just basically, I just really appreciate for everybody that stuck around. And if you're watching this for the first time, this is probably not the best video to watch, because this is basically me coming out of a horrible thing. So if you want some funny videos, I got better videos on my channel for that. My dogs will not stop moving, so I do apologize about the background noise. But overall, I'm so grateful and so appreciated for all of you guys, and basically anybody that's here supporting. It's amazing, and you guys are basically, you guys and your comments, they have an impact on life. They have an impact on me. And I read every single comment, and I'm doing my best to reply to all of y'all. And my dog just knocked something in the bathtub. Of course he did. But overall, I really enjoy doing YouTube. I wish I could do more streams, but I do got some good news. Once I get back on my feet, get into a new place, I will be doing finishing the playthrough on Hollow Knight, and then we'll be doing Silksong. But before we start Silksong, hey, put it up. Before we start Silksong, we'll be playing through. I'll get the Switch 2, and we'll be playing through Zelda the Wind Waker, and we'll be having a good time on that. And it'll be an overall fun and joyous time. And of course, Weez will be there, doing her best. But we'll have a baby by then, so we'll have a good time. Hey, sit down. Sit. Sorry. Again, I can't not stop recording here because I'm doing this live with two dogs next to me, so it's kind of hard to do this. But that's reality. That's life. That's everything. I'm going through and been doing, and I'm not gonna just gonna keep on repeating myself. Just overall, thank you guys for sticking around, and thank you guys for watching, and basically supporting, doing everything. And if you guys want to help out in any other way, you guys could check out my merch store. With that said, See you guys next time. Peace out, my Danker Squad. Bye.